Stakeholder theory is a widely used theory nowadays to try to explain how organizations and companies function and are governed. It was Edward Freeman who popularized this approach in the early 2000s. This theory stands in opposition to what could be called shareholder capitalism advocated by the economist Milton Friedman in 1970 in a famous article entitled "The Social Responsibility of Business is to Increase Its Profits." The social responsibility of businesses is to increase their profits. This opposition centers around the question of the role, responsibilities, and missions of companies within society. While companies are above all economic agents, they occupy a central place in our lives and have become social entities that structure the entire system in which we live. In his 1970 article, Milton Friedman explains his point of view very clearly. According to him, companies do not have responsibilities as such. Only individuals truly possess responsibility, and as a result, a business leader is ultimately accountable to the owners of that company. So, quite often, especially in the context of the American system, this means being responsible to the shareholders. He thus rejects any notion of corporate social responsibility. Stakeholder theory takes a radically different approach, firmly asserting that companies must carefully consider and thoughtfully balance the interests of all those who are, in any way, affected by their activities. These are what we call stakeholders, among whom we typically and generally find the company's employees, suppliers, shareholders, or owners, customers, and also institutional actors. The company is therefore no longer exclusively at the service of shareholders, and making money is no longer its sole objective. These are two radically different ways of conceiving the company and understanding its role. In the first case, the company focuses on its profits, which is the reason for its existence and the goal of its activity. In the second case, it has many more responsibilities towards all the parties connected to its activities, and it must contribute to the proper functioning of society as a whole. Nowadays, stakeholder theory is the one that has gained the most importance and seems to be prevailing. Following the 2008 financial crisis, or in light of the current environmental emergency, it is increasingly common to think that all companies should become socially responsible. In France, the Pacte Law of 2019 and the creation of the mission-driven company status reflect the growing popularity of this.